This is Unit 2, Day 2, Part 2, Example 17. So it gives you that function, has outputs given by the following calculator table. So this is, if you were to graph this, here's what the table's displaying. Evaluate f of -1. This is pretty easy. That's saying go to the table and look when f is -1, and the output, your y value, is -1. F of 6, again, go to the table, you're going to get a result of 6.5 as an output. It's as easy as that. Why does the calculator give an error at x equals 4? So let's think about this. So go back up to your original function here. Look at that denominator. Okay, you got to be really, really careful with fractions. Okay, we learned about what causes a fraction to be undefined. So basically, undefined means what value for x would you plug in and it would result in a 0. And in this case, it can't be a 4 because when you have a denominator, and if you were to plug in a 4 there, it's going to result in 4 minus 4, which is going to have a denominator and a fraction of 0, which can't be. So that's known as undefined. Okay, it should make sense. Are there any other values except x equals 4 that are not in the domain of f? Explain. Well, the only value that could be substituted in to have that result in a 0 is going to be a 4. So think of that as an equation. So if you set that denominator equal to 0 and solve, the only result is going to be a 4. So that's the only one. Last example here, example 18. Which of the following values of x would not be in the domain? Okay, be careful. So best thing you can do is plug in your choices. So if you were to plug in a 0 over here, 0 plus 4 is 4, but the square root of 4 is positive or -2, so that one's fine. Okay, if you do 5, you get the square root of 9, which is positive and -3. Okay, -3 plus 4, choice 3, is going to be a positive 1, and the square root of 1 is plus or minus 1. So the only one that doesn't make sense, which is the answer, is what happens if you substitute in a -8. So that's going to result in the square root of -4, and at this point, you cannot have a negative number underneath a radical yet. So that's going to be choice 4.